Hello class, today we're going to be talking about permutation. So what exactly is a permutation? Well, most of you probably know it as this lock that you see here on the screen. Most of you refer to this as a combination lock when it actually should be called a permutation lock. A permutation is simply is a set of numbers where the order matters. So for instance, if this lock has a combination of 5, 4, 7, the only way you can open it is by putting in the numbers 5, 4, 7 in that order. If you tried to put in 7, 4, 5, it wouldn't open. So this should actually be called a permutation lock. Now, there are two ways to go about having permutations. You can have a permutation where repetition is allowed, such as this lock. This lock could have a combination of 5, 5, 5. It wouldn't be the smartest thing, but it could be done. We're going to go over the case where you can have repetition and the case of a permutation where repetitions aren't allowed. For this lock, how many possible permutations does it have? We know there's 12 numbers on this lock, and most locks have 3 choices. To put this into numbers now, we have n to the power of r permutations, where n equals our number of choices and r equals our number of spots. So we have, in this case of this lock, n to the r would equal 12 choices to the power of 3. Which means for this lock there are 1,728 possible permutations. Now this is the easy type of permutation to calculate. The other type of permutation we have is where repetition is not allowed. So for example, if we have 3 chairs and our family has 6 people, how many possible permutations are there? The way to calculate this without using any formulas or anything is just, if we were to go by in our first spot, we have 6 possible selections. 6 different people can go in that seat. Now, once someone is in that seat, and when we get to our second chair over here, there's 5 people left. So now we have 5 possible selections. Again, whoever sat in this seat can no longer sit in any other seats. So now we're left with 4 people. So for this example, we would have 120 permutations, 120 different ways that these 6 people can sit in these 3 chairs. Now, if we want to put this into a formula, we use this formula here, where the n is the number of things to choose from, and you choose r of them. And again, just for a little bit of reminder, this over here, n factorial, all n factorial is if you have, for instance, 5 factorial. 5 factorial equals 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So whatever factorial you have, you just multiply it by every number down to 1. So if we were to test our formula with the situation we covered up here, where we had 6 people and 3 chairs, we know that n equals 6, because we have 6 people, so there's 6 choices, and r will equal 3, because we have 3 chairs, 3 spots. So we plug everything into our formula, we're going to get P63 equals 6 factorial over 6 minus 3 factorial, which equals 6 factorial over 3 factorial, which will equal 120. So now you know how to calculate permutations.